when you start full time and you are not having a salary come at the end of the month from a job, you're cutting off escape routes. So number one, you need to do that for yourself, where you can't step back. The only way is forward, right? And unless you invest time in the business, it's not going to pay you back. So you got to put in first before you can take out. Then comes the practical issue. Then what do I do about my EMIs? What do I do about food and stuff like that? In such cases, then you got to get creative about using friends and families and fools to get that money in to survive for that time frame. And it's also very interesting that once you cut off your escape route, how resourceful people get. You find assets that you had that you can liquidate and put into the business. So from a perspective of starting up, it's very important to cut off that sort of escape routes for yourself mentally and get focused and get the skin in the game and move forward. When you're full time, you start living, breathing this thing, right? You don't have a job distracting you. You don't have a consulting position distracting you. This is the only thing, and that's the way you can ever build a business. It's my opinion, but that's the only way to build it. This pays in many ways. One way is obviously the business tends to grow because you are there to face challenges on a day-to-day basis and solve them at the best way possible without distractions. The second thing is anybody wanting to put money into your business is going to look at how much skin does this person have in the game, right? And in many cases, the time that you put in is indicative of how passionate you are, right? And how dedicated you are towards your idea. These are the important things that I would keep into mind. I want to end with one example. I was in a meeting with VC, and there was a gentleman who was talking about starting a medical field related business. There were two other people in the same room who had a similar idea, right? So here you are, and the person who had not spoken much was already implementing his product. The other two guys were still talking. So I think it's very important to understand that you need to move fast, and for you to do that you need to be full time. No excuses.